So this is an IT400. I had some top end noise, some tick tick tick, and I'm pretty sure it's just a small end bearing. So I've ordered one. You call them wrist pin bearings in this country. And I want to check out the roller bearing in the crank, the free play on that, to make sure it's not worn. It's actually a much bigger bearing than the wrist pin bearing, and the wrist pin bearing is the one that goes first. So what I've devised is, well, normally you should have a dial gauge, which I do have, but I don't have the magnetic block, etc. So I've devised this way of a quick way to do it. So basically I've got some soft metal, which is an aluminum license plate, or in America or in the UK we would call it an aluminium number plate. And as you can see, I've just clamped it to that first stud, so it's nice and tight there. Because it's a soft metal, so I should be easy enough to do. And so what you do is you get your razor blade and you place it on the flat face of that con rod. Obviously you don't want the this pressed part on there, you just want the blade itself, like that. And then all you got to do is you move it over and mark it. So the way you actually measure this is you pull the base of the rod towards you, and then you wiggle the top backwards and forwards while you're holding the base, you know, the bottom part towards you. You're taking up that play in the bearing down the bottom there. So you're just measuring this with this pulled towards you. And like I just told you, you just make those light marks on that plate, and then you can measure it with an accurate vernier gauge. You know, a battery operated electronic one's the best way to do that. And it should give you a rough guide if you're within specs. The max spec on this IT400 is 2mm. All right, I hope that helps. Thank you very much.